My name is Daniel Guillen. I am a self-taught software engineer, and in this video, I will explain to you my job reach out strategy through steps and my personal experiences. Starting off, messaging for a job is a numbers game. You want to be sending as many messages to developers, hiring managers, recruiters, as many as you can. The more people that know you code, the luckier you get. Throughout my process of learning how to code and up until I got the job, I tried to contact anyone that I know who was into programming. I went to clubs. I also went to competitions and did everything I could to reach out into the industry. Eventually, I was able to get a connection that led to an interview that then led to a job. If I were to do it over again, I would try to send at least one message a day on LinkedIn to a hiring recruiter, a manager, or a dev. Start off by looking at local job applications and messaging the person who posted it. Then once you kind of hit all those people, you move on to devs who live locally, so developers and programmers who live in your vicinity or area. Expect a response rate of about 1 in 10 people. The message you send has to be able to explain why they should care, what your goal is, and who you are in only about 3 sentences. And you can add like an extra little PS statement, which, by the way, PS statements are the most read thing about a message sent. If you made a company specific project, you can also add that into the message. But again, just like keep in mind, 3 sentences, about 3 sentences. You can go to 4 or 5, but like try to keep them as short as possible. You don't want to give them a whole page, basically. For example, I'm wanting to join a company called school.com, and I'm making a specific company project for that. So a message that I could send that you could replicate is, hey, hiring manager, person name. We'll also say that this person's name is like Michael. So, hey, Michael, I made a project that helps school users with increasing conversion rates by telling them what they need to fix on their about page and other statistics about their account. Schoolhelper.com is where you can find the project, and it's based on your current tech stack. It also includes a link to my resume and documentation that I use in the footer of the site. I think I could be a good fit as a back-end software engineer. Thank you for your time. Daniel Guillen. P.S. I don't want to be overbearing, but if you give me a shot, I promise I'll work harder than any other candidate. So, breaking that example down, I say, hey, messaging person name. I made a project that helps company name users with user problem by explanation of your solution. Then you talk a little bit about your project and what your goal is. So my goal is to get a backend software engineer role at school. Then a thank you and a PS statement. If you don't have a planned project for the company, you could say something like, hey, Michael, I have experience with your tech stacks through projects that I made, my past experience. I think I could be a good fit for backend software engineer, or maybe front end if you're front end. Could we possibly schedule an interview? Thank you for your time, Daniel Guillen. P.S. I don't want to be overbearing, but I promise if you give me a shot, I will work harder than any other candidate. I frame it this way because you want to give the facts first, then what your mission is, because you want to show what you currently have, like what they're getting themselves into. And then the second half is just like what your personality is, type of thing. And then finally, if you have a project, you would also include that. Most entry-level roles just want to see that you're hardworking and that you really would put in the work. Because the real role is that they don't have a 100% chance that like you're the best candidate. Like if you put yourself in their shoes, they're not 100% that you're going to be this amazing person, this perfect fit. They are just taking a guess. So you want to assure them that their guess is correct and that you are going to be who you say you are. And this also goes like if you have less evidence, like less project time, less experience, you have to compensate more with like more work. You have to make more projects. You have to express yourself in a better way. You have to send more messages, because that's just how it is. Like if you're not good enough, that's the thing that you have to face. And that's like all the way up until senior, I believe, is like, because I think senior is really when things change, when you have to have multiple years. But in the beginning, mid-level, you can get pretty up much to mid-level just with hard work. At least that's my belief so far. And the bonus of working hard for a job application is you reduce the onboard time by like months. If you're able to reduce that onboard time, you look even better and even smarter to them. You're like, wow, this person is perfect. Like, this person is perfect. Sets you up for promotion, sets you up for raises. Like, it's really the perfect thing in my opinion. And for sending messages to developers, it's kind of a similar structure. You want to explain who you are, a question, and what your goal is. So an example of this could be like, hey, Daniel, my name is Daniel Guillen. I'm a learning software engineer. If you don't mind me asking, what tech stack does your company name use? My goal is to get my first software engineering job, and I thought I could build a project using your tools in order to become a possible good fit for the company. Thank you for your time, Daniel Guillen. Most people won't respond, but eventually someone will, and you can build trust with them, put in the work, make projects, get that referral for that interview. And once you get the interview, you just gotta show your skills and get the job. Or you could also get lucky by just getting the interview straight off the bat. You don't have to do any of the extra work. You just get the interview and just step up to that interview level, kill it, and you got it. I hope you found this video valuable. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments.